Hi everyone, I'm Olivia, and I'm here to share my reflection about how this e-learning module has gone this semester. To answer the first question about which ID skills I think I've grown in the most are, I would say, communication and collaboration. And those were two of the main focuses from the article from Module 8, The Competencies and Goals of Instructional Designers. And they talked a lot about how communication is so important because it requires the instructional designer and the subject matter experts and other stakeholders to reach a shared goal for the course or the training that's being designed, which can be difficult. And as a special education teacher, I often work alone in my classroom, so I don't have tons of experience with collaboration. And so that was an area where I had to grow a lot. And so to do that, at the very beginning of the design process, I held a kickoff meeting with the stakeholders that's talked about in our text that we could review the draft of the storyboard that I created and the design document to make sure that we were all on the same page and we were moving in the right direction. And from there, I scheduled weekly check-in meetings, and I made sure that we set goals at the end of the check-in meeting so that I could have something new to show the next week, and so we could review that together and edits and changes could be made. And not only is that the area where I believe that I've grown the most, but I would say it ended up being one of the successes of this module is the frequent communication that I did have with the subject matter experts, which I know is not always common in design situations. The biggest challenge for this module, I would say, is the amount of learning that I had to do. And so while I was familiar with the content that I was trying to teach, I wasn't super familiar with Canvas, which is the LMS that I was learning. I used a lot of embedded interactive tools in my course, and I was completely new to that software as well. And additionally, when I produced some of the videos for my module, I was using Adobe Audition and Premiere for some of the first times. And so that was a challenge where I felt like, the storyboard was pretty clear, the design document was clear, we had a plan moving forward to get this accomplished in the 8 weeks. However, I didn't really account for how long it would take me to put some of those things together just because my own skill set was lacking. But again, that ended up being a success because now I have those things that I can add to my tool belt that will help me in the future. And so overall, I've really enjoyed this experience, and it's great that at the end to have a finished final product to add to my portfolio, but also to have tangible skills that I know that I've grown in and improved with that I can carry with me into other courses and then hopefully into a career in instructional design someday. And so overall, it's really been a great experience, and I've appreciated working in my peer feedback groups. They've been really helpful along the way as well, and I hope to see lots of you in the future.